Excuse me, I started the recording and I felt like I was gonna, yikes. I felt like I was gonna sneeze and then I started yawning and the darn guitar noise is back. I don't know if anyone listened to last week's episode. Actually, no. I know that no one listened to last week's episode, so I will have to kind of re-explain this. But I am in a room with a guitar, and the freaking guitar makes a guitar noise every time I talk because it's like something to do with the echo, acoustics. I'm not sure. I'm putting a blanket over it. Like me being a sound engineer. Hello. Welcome back to episode number 70. And another yawn. 71, 72, or 73 of the Nobody Asked for This podcast. I hope to get to 73 episodes one day. This could be the day. This could also not be the day. I think it's 71. Yeah, no, that feels right. I hope everyone has had a great week. I've actually experienced a few changes in my week, or in my life since last we spoke. Most of them for the negative. I'm going to start with big change number 1. I unfortunately have to announce that I have had quite significant damage done to my podcast recording equipment. Now, if you are a listener of the show, which there are none, as I stated previously, you would know this, but again, no listeners equals nobody knows this, because again, no one asked for this, but my podcast equipment, recording, sound machine thing, is my phone. Now, I've had this phone for about 2 years. In fact, just last month, I received word from my team and my people that my phone had been paid off. I no longer had to pay the $20 a month or whatever on top of my cell phone plan or whatever to pay off my phone. I was thrilled. I thought, wow, my phone is still pretty welly functioning. So I should be good. Won't have to buy a new phone for a while. Jumping for joy. I thought to myself, let's just ride this phone out. As long as it's willing to go, we'll go. Because I feel like, honestly, not to call Apple out, although I'm sure I've done it before, I feel like a lot of the time, these phones are the same phone, that they've just sort of redone the casing of it, but it's the same software. So I was like, perfect. I will, ride this phone out till dawn. Well, dawn came a lot faster than I thought it was going to, because just 4 days ago, this past Saturday, I was walking, my phone hit the ground. I thought, no biggie. This has happened before. My phone has actually been cracked for over a year, but it's just at the bottom, right? And I actually have one of those glass screen protectors, which I swear to you, I would not lie to you, I swear I was the first person to get. I was the very first person on the planet to decide to get a glass screen protector. I swear it. Everyone has them now. They're super common, but I promise you, when I started getting glass screen protectors, everyone was still getting those crappy film screen protectors that weren't protecting anything. So I completely started the glass screen protector and the grass screen protector. I'm going to work on that next, but the glass screen protector trend birthed from me. I obviously didn't think of it because I was still able to go on Amazon and buy it, but you know what I mean. I saved us all. So when I dropped my phone over a year ago, actually, I dropped it coming out of the recording for the second episode of the Nobody Asked for This podcast. That's some history right there. But I dropped it, and I'm very happy to report, again, this is from a year ago, I probably talked about this, but my screen protector never looked better. Not a hairline scratch on the actual screen protector. Now, the actual screen that it was supposed to be protecting shattered to bits, but it was just the bottom. So yes, let me clarify. My actual screen, the screen of my phone that Apple made in whatever warehouse they use is cracked. But the screen protector, the $10 thing from Amazon, perfect condition. So I don't really know who to blame in that scenario. I don't know like what insurance to sort of file for. I don't know what it's covered under, but it was just extremely confusing to me. Excuse me. I'm going to be honest. I'm a bit tired. I'm a little bit tired. But, I mean, hey, fingers crossed. If we're lucky, no one will listen to this episode either, and it'll be like it never happened. It's really hard. It's actually, I was about to say it's really hard, but it's surprisingly easy to find the motivation to do these, given the fact that I'm very well aware that no one listens. Like, I'm sorry, that's dedication to routinely do something consistently for over a year, knowing that no one's listening, no one wants it, no one is taking accountability, like no one's holding you responsible for it. Like, that's either the loseriest thing I've ever heard or special or both. Regardless, back to the story that I was telling originally, I was walking, my phone hit the floor, and I was like, it's already cracked, like you can't really do anything to me. Like I felt untouchable in that moment. And I picked up my phone, because the worst is when it falls like face first and you're like, oh God, like let me do the slow reveal of picking it up, turning it around and being like, please no scratches, please no scratches. And I didn't see any cracks that I could notice, at least. Nothing than, the usual crack at chip at the bottom. So I was like, perfect, we're good. 5 minutes later, because yes, I went a full 5 minutes without checking my phone. I'm so disconnected. I'm so humbled down to earth. I turn on my phone and there's a giant green line, which is kind of like lightsaber-y, going down the like kind of right hand side of my phone. And I gotta be honest, I laughed. It still hasn't really like become sad to me. I was just like, you know what, that's kind of funny. And I realize I'm very lucky to say that. If I had to, I would be able to replace it, which is a blessing. I haven't replaced it yet. I think I might get it fixed, depending on the price, because I feel like, again, I could spend a few $100s on a new phone that is really just the same phone in a different shape. Different shape, Apple. I'm onto your games. But we'll see. I'll give you all an update. But an update has happened since that story. It was originally just like the big line. It's like a thick green line down the center. A new line has emerged. An opponent has made itself known. A challenger, so to speak. It's like a thinner green line that goes down the center. And honestly, if it was just like the thinner green line, I probably would just keep it like that because it kind of looks cool. But the problem with the thick green line is I really can't really read full text or emails. I have to turn my phone horizontal, which is just too hard. And like, I my life is just so hard. And yeah, feel bad for me. I'm going to be really honest. I like the sympathy. I said it. I like showing people and like, I'll text with like my phone out, kind of so that people see it, but I don't want to be the one to intentionally bring it up. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, what happened to your phone? I'm like, yeah, I know, I dropped it. Doesn't that suck? Feel bad for me. If it's not coming across, I'm obviously kidding. But yeah, so I'll keep you updated on that. I was going to go into something else negative, but I think we'll lift up the mood a little bit. I have taken some steps to self-improvement, self-betterment. And by some steps, I mean really one step. But I have restarted a correspondence with my retainer. Me and my retainer, and just to clarify, the retainer that I was given when I took off my braces probably 10 years ago. We were solid for a little bit. Like the first 5 years, it was perfect. Maybe first, even 7 years. Perfect every night. I have to wear it every night. Some people get like the permanent ones that they like put behind the band or whatever, or like it's like a band that goes behind your teeth, and you don't have to wear like the ones that you can pop in and out. But I have the pop in and out kind. I'm sure there's a better word for that. And I was so good. And then I'm going to blame COVID. Probably somewhere during COVID, I was like, I don't really feel like wearing this. I actually think I got COVID. And I was like, I probably shouldn't wear my retainer with COVID, because then like my retainer is going to be infected with COVID. Now, I kind of see the error in my logic there, being I probably wore it, had COVID like before I had symptoms, so there really was already COVID. Now, you could definitely argue like just wash it. I'm going to be really honest here. My washing regimen of my retainer leaves something to be desired, especially, and I really like to blame it on like my 14-year-old self. I'm like, yeah, when I was 14, like every time I go to the dentist and they're like, wow, your retainer is really dirty. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I didn't really wash it when I was 14, 15, 16. And I can kind of get away with that. Now, the problem is I didn't really wash it when I was 16, 17, or 18 either. But, like, that version is, like, a little too close to home, a little too close to me now, a little too old to be, like, I neglected basic hygiene. But, like, sure, 14-year-old self, under the bus you go. Which, that's always fun. It's really cool to get either an age or, like, just a phase where you can really just not only laugh at things you did before, but, like, be the one to bring it up. And there's a few things that I check back in with myself, and I'm like, am I ready to joke about that? I don't think so. And then there are most things that I'm like, yes, I'm ready to joke about that. But that's always nice when you're like, ugh, I'm far enough away from this. Or like when you look at pictures and you're like, okay, yeah, this is like grade 3. Like we can laugh at this now. Or like even this was like grade 8. Like, okay, yeah, sure. Like I'm not, like when you can look at something and be like, okay, I'm not that person anymore. Which you are, obviously, because you're you, but you're not that version of yourself. Which is, it's always nice to be like, I've grown, you know? It's good to grow. It's like the internal equivalent of that chart that you had, or I guess you could have had when you were younger. And it was like some sort of design that was also it doubled as like a room decor and a height chart, and you would like put your height. It's like that, but like with yourself. You know, your true self. Regardless. Am I still talking about my phone? What was I talking about? My teeth. Yes. So the last maybe year or so, I have not been great with my retainer. I'm happy to say we're back on the wagon. It is clean. I can feel a difference. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. What I'm scared of is, and really what made me smarten up, was I could never whistle before. And then I got my braces, like before I had braces at all. Then I got braces. I don't think I could whistle when I had braces because I didn't really try. But then I got my braces off. And I was like, with the new positioning of my teeth, maybe I can like be a whistler. And I could whistle. It was my New Year's resolution one year. It's one of 2 New Year's resolutions that I've ever kept. The other one being to look at the ceilings of places. I can explain that. I, for a while, realized that I would go into buildings that I had been to several times before, look up and be shocked at what the ceiling had to offer. And I didn't want that to be my journey anymore, so I decided that I would be someone who would walk into a room and just immediately look up. Now, I have to say I don't do that as often anymore, but I'm proud to say that I can describe a lot of ceilings for buildings that I've been in. So, I mean, I don't mean to brag, but I'm just being honest. So yes, my teeth are, well, I was going to say they're reverting back to where they're supposed to be, but if they were to revert back to where they're supposed to be, I guess I would have to not wear the retainer at all and like undo the fact that I ever had braces. So, really, I'm running for myself harder than I ever have. Brutal. Are braces plastic surgery? Another yawn. Have I had plastic surgery? Let me check. Are braces... I don't really understand, like, what's considered plastic surgery. I just kind of... It's a kind of an umbrella term. Are braces plastic surgery? Okay. Quora. Quora.com. You can always count on it. Is teeth realignment considered plastic surgery? Okay, according to somebody, yes, and I had braces. In the true sense of surgery, of course not, but it is still something about your body and how you were born that you transform. Yikes. I've had plastic surgery. I guess it would more so be like, not plastic surgery, but like a cosmetic enhancement. Is there a health benefit to having straighter teeth? I'm gonna Google that. Is there a health benefit to having straighter teeth? My spelling is... Well, it's actually not my spelling. It's my typing and fat fingers. They're easier to keep clean. Obviously, I can't read the full... kind of paragraph that I'm Googling in one go because I have a huge green line down my phone, down the side. Making it easier to effective. Something about hygiene. Apparently there is. Yes, okay. So yeah, basically in conclusion, my teeth are getting back on track. So I'm really glad that everyone knows that. Okay, back to complaining. My car, I've detailed the issues I've had with my car. Everything from a spilled Diet Coke incident in which I spilled a Diet Coke all over my car and then started to smell smells about 2 weeks later. I guess I didn't explain because I didn't clean it up. I just kind of let it dry. It was a hot day. I really meant to clean it up. I had been in the car for a while, and when I got ready to clean it, it was like mostly dry anyway. So I was like, whatever, we're fine. Also, in my head, it was a Diet Coke, not a regular Coke, so like it wasn't sugar, which means it's not sugar, so it's not sticky. I don't know if this is making it sound any better, but that's what I did, and I have to own it, and in 5 years from now, I'll definitely own it even harder because I'll hopefully be able to say that that wasn't the real me. But for now, it's basically the real me. But yes, and then my car has... we're having some overheating issues. There's like some sloshing noises we're hearing. There's some clunking. There's some white smoke that comes out of it. Is it smoke if it's not like... Like, what am I trying to say? Like, it looks more like steam, I guess. But it's like a little bit excessive. Like, it's like white smoke. I don't know. It's like, I think that means like there's a new pope or something. I'm not sure. But, so that's happening. There's definitely like a burning smell. I recently had the window down, and I thought I was hearing noises with the windows up. But let me tell you, the noises that I was hearing, or at least the clarity to which I was hearing them was truly what I would call astonishing, concerning, and almost to the point of like, how are we still going? Which is a terrible thought to have when you have an hour drive to get home. I'm happy to say I've made it in one piece. I was white knuckling it at points. But yeah, my car has to go to the doctor. So I just wanted to share that. Okay, so the list of things that have broken. My phone. My car. We're getting there. Actually, you know what? I was about to come on here, or was currently coming on here and saying, this is bad, but really everything is still functioning. My car is still functioning. My phone is still functioning. We're just kind of like pivoting. Although that is, if we're going to be real, that is kind of the problem with me. I can kind of like make do with whatever I'm given for the most part, which can be a positive quality, but sometimes it's to the point of like, I've neglected caution or like being preventative. Because I'm just like, yeah, we'll be fine. Because, like, we are fine. But, like, maybe one day we won't be. And the day that we're not fine is only going to be one day away from the day that we are fine. But like maybe there's some action steps we can do in the middle, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's talk about something positive. I did a Trader Joe run today. No, that's a complete lie. I did a Trader Joe run a few days ago this week since you last heard from me. I got all the good snacks. I got, what did I get? The chocolate covered stuff. I have to say the Trader Joe's, if Joe is listening, the work you do for the snacks, the snack meal is, I think you should get a Nobel Peace Prize. Also, specifically, I would like to highlight the peanut butter cups. You know, I love a Reese's peanut butter cup. Reese needs to take some notes from Joe because the ratio is perfect. It actually tastes like, it tastes like peanut butter, like actual peanut butter, not like whatever, like powdery icing sugar, like peanut flavored icing sugar they're giving us in the Reese's peanut butter cup. Now, before you think I'm saying negative things about a Reese's peanut butter cup, I hope to be buried with a Reese's peanut butter cup. So I'll still eat it. But it's almost like, you know, the comparison of the Reese's peanut butter cup to the Trader Joe peanut butter cup. It's almost like comparing a Twinkie to like actual cake with like real cream and not from a plastic package. Like it's night and day, but it's like the same idea. Like it's the same core message. And I'm such a fan of the message that I'll take it in whatever product or whatever form you're willing to give it to me. But the dark chocolate peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's, you're just going to want to go ahead and get the bulk, or like not the bulk, but like there's a smaller size and there's a bigger size for two reasons. One, the bigger size is bigger because you're going to eat the whole thing. And then two, in the smaller size, they're like individually wrapped, like in this gold plastic, or not plastic, but like kind of foil. And it's just really annoying to get out. And then in the bigger one, I was like the non-big one, it's just like kind of like a wrapper around the side. I will say whoever was the brains behind the Reese's peanut butter minis, just in the bag where there's no wrapping, is getting a one-way ticket to heaven. I think you're going straight on through. You're like, they'll have your paperwork cleared, ready to go. You won't have to sit in the waiting room. I think that's what you deserve. And if that's not how that happens for you, then there's no order in this world. But yes, the Trader Joe's peanut butter cups, it's the perfect thickness of the chocolate. It's the perfect percentage. You know, I famously did a taste test of 100% dark chocolate. It tasted like crap. But that basically makes me an expert in chocolate percentage of cocoa or whatever, or cacao. I thought everyone was messing with me pronouncing it cacao, but I actually think that that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. But it's like the one thing that's like you pronounce it how it's spelled. Obviously not the one thing, but I feel like most things in the English language, if that is even an English word, I'm not sure. You like C-O-C-O-A, you would say like cocoa. But no, it's cacao, which that's not even correct, but you know what I mean. Like that's not even phonetically how you would spell that. I don't understand whose idea, and I've talked about this before and I'll talk about it again, but like I don't understand whose idea it was to like introduce silent letters. Like, is it not hard enough? Is it not difficult enough to sound things out? You are now throwing in, you know, a G into the word lasagna. I realize that that's not an English word, but you know what I mean. Like, why? Why? There was a word that I was thinking of earlier that is English, and I'm like, why is there an H in this word? Like, there's just no need. And I can understand, like, if you break it down for me, like, okay, this letter makes this letter say this, and then I can see a pattern of, like, okay, every time, you know, there's a G after an A that makes this sound, or, like, it softens this letter, like, that I can follow that. Like, I'm not just complaining about everything, but, like, there are some words that I straight up, like, why? Like, you just did that to be fancy. Like, gnat, like a bug type thing, why does that have a G? Why does that have a G? Gnome, why does that have a G? Like, it would still be gnome whether or not there was a G. Because, like, Nat is a name, and there's not a G in front of that, and I know that it's Natalie, there's not a G, it's not Janatalie. So, like, if it really needs a G to be Nat, then how are all the Natalies in the world walking around without a G in front of at the first letter of their name? That makes no sense. Also, please let me be the first person to name their kid Natalie with a G. That would be hilarious for me. Wait, Natalie. I'm Googling it. That's really funny. There's got to be someone that spells Natalie with a G. Here's my thing with naming kids. Like, I'm the type of person that, like, would do something to be funny, or, like, just in general does stuff, like, because it's kind of funny. But, like, I feel like I would draw the line at, like, naming a human. Because, like, it's not me that would get the laughs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if my lack of taking things seriously starts affecting other people, I like to think I kind of, like, stop it. And I feel like that's the ultimate, like, you know, you've gone too far. Like, naming your kid, like, something, like, non-traditional, go for it. Like, I think, like, names with meaning, or, like, this name means this, you know, it's either, like, passed down, or, like, it means this, or that. Like, I think that's cool. Like, not everyone has to be Bob, but, like, some names, it's, like, really. Anyway, what else can I complain about? I mean, what else can I talk about? What else did I get at Trader Joe's? Oh, yeah, their dried fruit. We've talked about this before. Excuse me. Their dried fruit section. Their spicy dried fruit. Stunning. I tried their butternut squash mac and cheese. And it reconfirmed that I had COVID taste bud loss, because I didn't taste any butternut squash. But it was good. It actually makes me really sad. I wish there was a test, and I don't know that there's not, that, like, can test, like, the percentage of which you have, like, the capability of taste buds, if that makes sense. Like, I would like to take an IQ for my taste buds, because I feel like it's not good. It's not like, it wouldn't be like a positive experience for me, because I taste nothing. I have to put so much hot sauce on stuff, and so much, like, Old Bay, or, like, Trader Joe's is, like, a sriracha seasoning, which I think now Costco has copied. But, like, I have to put so much of everything just to taste anything. Again, if I don't have just so much sympathy, and everyone's not sending me their T's and P's, thoughts and prayers, after the end of this episode, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what type of audience I have. Which is a fair statement, because I don't have an audience. Maybe one day I will. I wonder what that will be like. I think about that sometimes. Well, I actually don't think about that, but I'm going to think about it now. Like, if tomorrow I got 1,000 listeners, like, would I record into a real microphone? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. I might get, like, a phone that doesn't have a big green line going down the middle. But other than that, I feel like no. Yeah. I definitely would continue to record the majority of the podcast into, like, whilst talking, whilst is my favorite word, whilst talking into an unplugged microphone. Which is what I kind of normally do, just to feel more normal. You know, I'll talk into, like, a $14 microphone I got to do karaoke in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown. When we were doing social distancing, I ordered a $14 microphone to do karaoke that I never did, really. But it just felt nice to, like, take action steps. I also bought I remember I bought either like not a Tamagotchi, I think I might have bought a Tamagotchi during COVID, but I definitely bought a Nintendo DS, like the handheld one, the DS Lite or whatever. And I don't know where that went. All my COVID purchases, I have to go through my my Amazon from 2020 and just see. I'm going to do that. You know what? We have time. I have nothing but time. Let's see. Because I think you can do that, right? I think I went through my last year's orders, but like really 2020, that was the year. Let's see. 2020. Here we go. What did I buy? I'm scared. Okay. I bought some books. I bought a lot of books. I bought like 9 books before March 8th, which that's getting scary. I bought screen protectors on March 12th. A couple more books. April 7th, 2020, I bought my Nintendo DS Lite. Very interesting. April 8th, 2020, I bought popcorn seasoning. Sure. April 14th, 2020, I bought a textbook that I did not read. April 24th, and this is an important one, I bought Hannah Montana 2, Meet Miley Cyrus, the CD. That was a gift, I promise. May 5th, 2020, I bought a phone case. May 19th, 2020, I bought a, what is that called? I bought a I'm literally reading it and I can't think of it. I bought a silicone case for my Apple TV remote. Obviously, the Apple TV was getting a lot of play back then. May 28th, 2020, I bought a black t-shirt in the size extra large. June 11th, 2020, I bought a hoodie in the size extra large. Here we go. May 21st, I bought this microphone. This here microphone. June 21st, I was spending a lot of money when I didn't have it. June 21st, I bought a iPhone case with a stand, like a little stand at the bottom that I don't remember ever using, but sure. October 23rd, I bought a guitar capo and some picks. Also October 23rd, I clearly liked spending a bunch of money all in one. October 23rd, I bought sweatpants. October 31st, Halloween, I bought a bottle of tahini, the seasoning. November 6th, I believe this was like some sort of a Cyber Monday, even though I guess it wasn't. There was some sort of sale on Amazon Echo, an Echo Dot, 3rd generation. November 13th, I bought a 6-pack of masks. November 27th, this is fun. I bought a Amazon Fire Stick. That must have been a sale. That was probably Black Friday. December 1st, 2020, I bought a adapter machine thingy for my TV. And then December 8th, I realized I bought the wrong type of adapter, so I had to adapt the adapter. December 15th, I bought 2 books, which, if I remember correctly, they were gifts. December 15th, I bought a pop socket situation, which was also a gift. And we closed out the year with a return for an air fryer that was originally a gift and was abruptly returned. Hence the return. That was very interesting. Maybe next week, I'm sure everyone's just on the edge of their seats. I will go through my 2021 Amazon purchases. But, what a wild year. Anyway, looking to next week, I believe, I don't want to speak too soon. I'm going to knock on wood. I believe next week I will have been to a pumpkin patch, which I've been trying to get to for years. So I hope I have a lot of stories about that. I hope it's not one with a petting zoo because that makes me sad. I also hope you all have a great week. I hope that you all go to podcast nobody asked for this.podbean.com, where on that website you can listen to all our episodes. You can find links to our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, as well as places to listen to us like Spotify, Apple, probably others. I heard we're big on Samsung podcasts. I've mentioned, if I've said it once, I've said it a billion times. This podcast was in the, I think, top 117 list of the best comedy podcasts in Finland. Not to brag. We free fell from 117, but we peaked at 117 about a year and a half ago after our first episode. We haven't been anywhere near it since, but it happened. So, not to brag, but I hope everyone has a great week. I hope I see you, I hope I come to you live from beside a pumpkin next week, eating pumpkin seeds. And I hope you all have a great week. Thanks for listening. Bye. Even though I know no one did, but you know what I mean. I'm just going to go with it.